nearly all marketers are asking themselves what the future of SEO is, given the changes that we're seeing disrupting the search landscape almost daily at the moment. No doubt they'll be asking themselves if SEO still matters. Is it important to a B2B business that wants to grow pipeline? You know, how is it changing? Does it work? Do I need to do it? And all those sorts of things. And there's a lot to discuss because there's a lot of factors playing into it at the same time. This podcast is brought to you by Blend, the HubSpot website agency. Your website is your most valuable marketing asset, and so it's crucial that you get it right. We're the specialist HubSpot website agency, helping businesses create effective, scalable websites that drive real results. See examples of our work and the impact we've delivered for businesses just like yours at blendb2b.com. The headline is that SEO is still important and very powerful and can be very effective, but the how and the why and the what you should do is changing as the landscape is changing around it. So for a while now, we've already been seeing the change in buyer behavior. Their attention and the way that they do research into B2B categories and sectors has been moving. And ultimately, some of that has been moving away from search to social, to the consumption of content that is native to social, optimized for social, and before they even turn to search as a channel. So because search has become somewhat saturated, buyers have started to spend more and more time forming opinions based on content that they consume organically in places like LinkedIn, Reddit, and some other social platforms. Video has been on the rise in those platforms where it plays really well to the mindset of the buyer when they're there. And they only come to search later in the research process when they're ready to really dig deep into a problem they have or a set of solutions that they're already aware of. So the role of search in the B2B buying process is already changing and to some degree condensing. Now we're seeing the very rapid rise of AI generated answers, taking lots and lots of visits away from informational search terms. So not only were buyers spending more time elsewhere searching less, when they do go to Google and they do search for informational queries, they're going to get AI generated answers. And those answers are taking eyeballs away from the content that businesses would typically publish historically to improve their SEO. And by improve SEO, I mean to acquire organic search traffic around long tail queries and keywords. So it's changing rapidly. So with AI answers taking away the buyer's eyeballs from your informational content, the question becomes, well, why publish it at all? What's interesting, I think, is the fact that increasingly the use of search is becoming commercially driven. And so in order to arrive at the websites of vendors that they've already identified, people with solutions to the problems they've identified, buyers are still using commercial search terms to navigate to those destinations. So search still matters, plays a role, but not the informational content in the same way that we were used to. But the commercial keywords can drive visitors to our website when they're ready to buy. Now, having a commercial keyword strategy, which is an element of SEO, is still critical because you still want to be found for the right terms in the right results. But how you improve your position there is still one of the advantages of creating informational content at this point in time. So publishing blog posts, writing pillar pages, creating content clusters is still an effective way to create topical authority on keywords that improve your position for commercial keywords too. You're just not going to get as many buyers visiting those pieces of content. So I think the takeaway here is that it's more important now than ever to set your expectations around what that content needs to look like, sound like, read like in order to perform its job. It's not going to be visited by the same volumes of people as it was before. And it's going to be competing with a lot more content at the same time as brands everywhere start to harness and embrace AI to create content at volume. So although buyers aren't visiting informational content in the same numbers as they were, it's still an effective way to make sure that you're positioned well for commercial keywords. Thus, I think it's important to properly set or reset expectations around how polished, how unique, how branded, how special our blog content, our informational content needs to be. In fact, I've always argued that it doesn't have to have the same level of finesse as our website content or as the glossy content that we would put out at events or, in other areas. And it's a mistake for brands to take it too seriously when it comes to communicating their expertise, their credibility, their knowledge of a subject, which should really be done in a very straightforward manner to educate and demonstrate what you know. There's no need to actually spend a long, long time making your blog posts a component of your brand per se. And that's why businesses have wasted a lot of time doing that over the years. Now the focus is on creating quality content quickly so that it can compete with the amount of content that's being generated by others using AI. It can be used to train, inform, and be cited by AI-generated answers when it's appropriate to do so, and it can improve our position for commercial keywords. The key, therefore, is to creating efficient ways to create quality content within this landscape. One of the best being to record long-form video with your subject matter experts and use that to fuel your content creation process efficiently and to the right level of finish and polish and finesse. I think businesses have got a short period of time in which this strategy can have a very positive impact on their results, and they need to act while it lasts, because the trends that are taking shape, where AI is answering more of our questions, buyer attention is drifting to other places, behavior in the buying process is changing, means that there isn't a endless timeline in which this approach to SEO makes sense, and therefore businesses that are doing SEO or want to use SEO need to act on this now in order to capitalize. Now, SEO is still a broad umbrella term for other things, one of which is the technical on-page SEO that we think about when we're optimizing our website. And one of the big factors in that is user experience, page speed, and core web vitals. So if you consider those things SEO, they're all still very valuable. A site that is quick to load, responsive, and has a very intuitive, familiar, and effective user experience is a great asset to a business when buyers arrive as a result of commercial keyword search or any other channel. So SEO in its many different guises is still important, can still have a very positive impact, but there's a lot of very rapid change taking place that mean we can't guarantee that anything that works now will work in the same way in 5 years, but there's an opportunity at this point in time. Let's not forget, to the best of our knowledge currently, the best approach to being known by LLMs, being cited by LLMs when people search for using them, being referenced by them, looks a lot like good traditional SEO. Quality content, well linked, well optimized around topics that you have, expertise in. I think a lot of people are maybe calling it too soon in terms of truly understanding how these LLMs are going to evolve over time. Ultimately, they're all being trained on different cadences and in different ways, and they search and reference the web at different times and in different ways. But at this point in time, we don't have a better sense of how to be found and referenced than to take an SEO approach to content creation around your areas of expertise. So SEO can still benefit you in an AI generation, because it could be the key to being found when users use AI to search.